And I can't deny you're gonna set me free, gonna make me sing. And I'm not alone, not on my own. Have to let it go, so we can take it slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Hey everyone. Obi Malope here from Vision Straight. In 2020, the incredible Chantelle decided, while everyone is dealing with the pandemic, she decided it's the perfect time to start an optometry practice. And my oh my, 3 years later, you have built an incredible, beautiful practice. When a person walks in your practice, you immediately get the sense of, I made the right decision by walking in here. Just the team that you've built, the investment in the equipment, in the look and feel of the practice, your practice really stands out as one of the top practices in Gauteng. I've traveled at lots of optometry practices all over the country, and I kid you not, this is one of the most amazing optometry practices. And when I look at what you're still doing, what you're still investing in it, in terms of this is not the end goal, you're still going somewhere. Your passion for excellence, it's truly, truly remarkable. And it excites me knowing that there are students that have access to you. And that for me gives me that hope that the next generation of eye care leaders are exposed to eye care leaders who are both in the private sector, but go out of their way to educate the next generation of leaders. So honestly speaking, I wish you nothing but this, like all the best. This is amazing. This is really, really amazing. When people were going through the most in 2020, you were one of those people that were also going through the most. You have had breakings here. I know I'm telling your story, but I mean, no, this is a different way of me doing an introduction because I marvel at how amazing you are and the wonderful practice that you're building. But anyway, guys, this is Chantelle. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, thank you, Obi. You're making me blush now. I'm getting a bit emotional just hearing that again. But no, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And one of my biggest passions is passing on the baton to the new generation. So so I really try to expose my students to as much as possible of what optometry can be like.
Wow. You're not compromising, you're not settling, you're not cutting corners, and I think that's what optometry needs.
Yeah.
People that are going to say, we have got this thing of wanting to start small instead of wanting to start right.
Yes.
And I think that's where we miss the mark, that we are so intentional on starting small and building it up as we go along. But what you are then doing, you say, what does right look like? And how then do I start building right? And I think that's what you've done beautifully here at your practice. But anyway, that's not what we're going to be talking here about. Clinical excellence for you is something that is very, very important.
Yes.
Why is that the case?
I feel we have to do the best, the absolute best we can for our patients. If you can't at the end of the consult say, I know that I've done the absolute best for my patient, then you're not doing it justice,
Okay.
So that's why it's important to invest not only in technology but also in yourself, so to further yourself and your skills and be constantly learning.
Wow. Speaking of that continuing education, you have attended the Contact Connect conference in the past before. I think you were at the 2019 one, which was held in Cape Town.
Yes.
Why did you go to that particular conference and what was it about? Because I don't think I've seen you at a lot of conferences. I've seen you at CPD related events, like lectures there and there, but in terms of a conference, I got to spend some time with you at the 2019 Content Connect conference in Cape Town, Spear.
Yeah.
Why did you take the time out of your busy schedule to go to that conference?
So contact lenses is a big part of my practice. So
Okay.
I do a lot of speciality lenses, so ortho-K, sclerals, RGPs, and so it's because it's such an important part of my practice. You know, I'm always keen to learn what's new, what new techniques, you know, anything that we can apply to further us. Yeah.
Wow. So what kind of optometric or contact lens work were you doing? Were you already at an advanced stage when you came to the ortho-K, the hard contact lenses, prior to 2019? And what if you were not, what stage were you at? And then what information do you feel you got at the conference that enabled you then to come back to your practice and implement it?
So I've been doing RGPs pretty much since I qualified.
Okay.
The very first person that I worked for was very much into his hard contact lenses,
Wow.
so I think that's where I learned the love of it. And then as sclerals became more popular, I went into that a little bit more. But at the 2019 conference, I'd only sort of just started doing ortho-K. I think I was about a year or two in at
Okay.
that stage. So I think the most value that I found there was to learn more about, you know, how do you troubleshoot your more difficult ortho-K
Wow.
cases. Yeah.
And did you get that? Did you get a lot of that at the
yes,
conference?
that and so much more. even with RGPs and things that you feel comfortable with, you know, you never know everything about the subject. So there's always more and more to learn and more ways to better yourself.
Wow. Well, the structure of the conference, was it too academically orientated? Was there enough practical workshops involved? Was there enough wet labs involved? How did you find the structure of the conference in 2019?
No, I thought it was an excellent balance. So we had the talks. There was enough time to interact with the lecturers, which I loved. There were some amazing speakers. You had enough wet labs, so you had hands-on practice. They were right there to answer any questions that you had. And then the people exhibiting as well, because you know there's always new products, new technologies that you're maybe not aware of. So to have that as well, you know, I think it was such a good balance of everything.
Some people have this thing of saying that when you attend a conference that has international speakers at it, they tend to come to your country, and then the things that they're speaking about, they're sort of like above your head. It's as if they're not relevant to our market in South Africa. Was that the case, or the complete opposite? Would you say the information, as much as it was being presented by both local and international speakers, that the international speakers have an understanding of the local market, and that which we were telling, or that they were training us on or teaching us, was as relevant as it is to where they're coming from? What's your thoughts around that?
So look, I mean, you know, and that's why I love having international speakers, because we all have challenges, we just have different challenges.
Okay.
Right? So it's interesting learning about the challenges they have in their relevant countries.
Yes.
But no, I don't think that it's not relevant to us. Yes, you know, there are some things about practicing in South Africa that's very different to, say, practicing in Europe or the US. But there's always things that you can learn, and you know, it might be something that we may not have access to now, but we do in the future.
Okay. And from a supplier point of view, when it comes to, I mean, you're running a very high speciality practice. Someone who's going to be watching this and thinking to themselves, I also want to differentiate myself. I also want to differentiate my practice. I want to enhance my clinical skills. How difficult is it though to do so? And do you have enough support from the suppliers that you get to connect with at the conference, post the conference, in helping you then set up? Because you had not set up your own practice in 2019.
No.
The plans were there, but you had not set up your practice.
Yeah.
So is there enough support that you get from the suppliers post a conference like the Content Connect conference?
Yes, definitely. Look, I think it's so important to have a niche in optometry, because you know, we have challenges like more and more people are going to be buying their contact lenses and spectacles, maybe even online.
Okay.
So how do you safeguard yourself against that?
Wow.
The way you safeguard yourself against that is to offer a niche, you know, that people cannot buy online or cannot otherwise be exposed to, and where there's a gap in the market. So you know, even in challenging circumstances, there's always opportunities, and you just
Wow.
have to go out and find them.
I like that. I like that.
So yes, to answer your question, there's definitely support from the suppliers. I'd like to mention one in particular. So back in 2019, remember, we didn't have a lot of myopia control options.
Correct.
We were kind of using multifocal contacts off-label, you know, things like that. We didn't have MySight, we didn't have MySmart, we had none of that yet.
Wow.
But then there was a supplier there that was bringing in the Marcanovi lenses, and they had a myopia control lens. So it was like, okay, so you know, it is available to us. We just need to be more aware of it. So, and then they provide you training on it. You know, this is so they go through the product training, and this is what else we have, and you just realize, oh, you know, there's so much more that we can offer our patients, and we might just maybe not be aware of it.
Wow, I like that. So sometimes we keep ourselves in this little box thinking that these are the only suppliers that are available.
Yeah, no.
And only to realize that when you attend such a conference, you get to be exposed to so much more,
Yes.
and then they help you with the processes and protocols that you require in order to get started with that particular product.
And you asked me another question. You asked, how difficult is it? The thing is, you've got to start. So just take the first step. Every little step that you take will bring you closer to what you want to achieve. So you might think, oh, I want to go into hard lenses, but it's so overwhelming, I don't know where to begin. The first step is go to Contact Lens Connect.
I like that.
Yes.
Right.
Because
So it's not just for people who are advanced, basically. You then saying that even that practitioner who is currently just doing general optometry
Yes.
and wants to get started, the structure of the conference is that you will also be in a position to know where to start, how to start,
Yes.
even at the basic level.
There's something for everybody. So even if you feel, okay, well, I'm just starting into this, go and check it out and talk to practitioners that are maybe more experienced in certain, because we all, you know, we all want to help each other. So nobody's going to be funny about that. I always say to people that refer hard lens patients to me, you know, come sit in, I'll show you how to do it. And unfortunately, nobody's taking me up on that yet.
Wow.
But don't be scared, you know, reach
Wow.
out to more experienced practitioners, because, you know, you've got to learn somehow.
So, and one thing that I've picked up overseas, and I think that's what the Contact Lens Society is trying to do, is to literally have a community.
Yes.
We should build a community within the different areas so that people then have that confidence that I know Chantelle does the following, that person does the following, and
Yeah.
it can increase what we then offer to our patients. Building a specialty practice takes time. There's a lot of chair time that is involved as well.
Yes.
Patient dynamics are very, very
Very different.
difficult, broad-based.
Yeah.
What are some of, if you don't mind me asking you, what is like a practical challenge that you had that you sort of like had to overcome, and how did it get easier with time?
Okay. Well, I think any new skill that you learn, you know, you've got to start somewhere on some patients.
Okay.
So the very first patient is scary.
Irrespective of
because-
the speciality, whether it's ortho
Yeah,
or the
whether
scleral
it's
lenses.
scleral lens or an ortho-K, you're going to have your first patient with that. So how you overcome that is you network with other professionals that are in the same boat.
Ah.
So you ask for advice, you reach out to your supplier, you ask them for advice. There are always people out there who are willing to help you. So don't be scared and just try and do things on your own and see how it goes. You know,
I like that. I
there's
like
people
that.
out there who are willing and able to help
I
you.
like that. And if you're not yet registered or a member of the Contact Lens Society, kindly do so, because you'll find amazing leaders as part of the members of the society who will be available and that you can have easy access towards you knowing that you're not alone, which is very, very important. For that young optometrist who's working in a practice, perhaps they 6-7 years in practice, private practice, and they thinking the money aspect of things, you know,
Yeah, it's
taking 3 days, spending thousands of rands to be able to attend the conference, is it value for money?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And especially, not for specifically only contact lens optometrists, but you know, if you're thinking this is something I might want to branch into, definitely it's a
Okay.
no-brainer. Yeah.
So you don't actually have to just be focusing about with regards, you're already doing the contact lenses. Just if you're even unsure
Yes.
of where you are at,
Check it out.
with
That will
regards
give you
your
an
eye
idea.
care journey.
Yeah.
This will broaden your perspective, because if you look at the program, the nice thing about the program is that there's a focus on myopia control, there's a focus on presbyopia, there's a focus on dry eye, there's a focus on keratoconus, there's a focus on specialty contact lenses. So the different components that have to do with the eye, obviously taking into consideration contact lenses, there is enough time dedicated for each and every one of those clinical competencies at the conference. And so even if you're in a situation where you're doing general optometry at the current moment, the exposure that you're going to be getting, the access to a network of people that are going to be available at the conference and post the conference will put you in a position where you get clarity on your journey going forward. Whether it's a new skill that you're developing to add value into your existing practice where you are working, or to branch out on your own in a future date to say, you know what, here's an opportunity, I'm going to go and become my own, have my own practice, then the conference puts you in a position where you gain the necessary knowledge to be able to do that. So are you excited about this year's conference?
Yes.
What are your expectations? What are you hoping to achieve this year that you feel like will add on to what you already got from the previous conference?
Well, I'm most excited about the speaker lineup that they have.
It's an amazing lineup
You
this
must
year.
go check out their seats. It's very impressive. Yeah.
I think the creme de la creme of
Absolutely.
contact lenses is really coming this time.
So I'm particularly keen to connect with Dr. Melissa Barnett. I follow her on the Scleral Lens Education
Yes,
Society.
yes.
So yeah, I'm hoping to pick up some scleral tidbits there.
No, it's really, I'm super excited. I think this year, even the past events, the contact lens conference have always really invested in this conference. But I think when I look at the lineup of speakers for this year, I get goosebumps thinking about how amazing it's going to be. Even the local speakers, the conference is really set up for your benefit, for our benefit as the eye care industry.
There's something for everybody.
100%. Chantelle, thank you so much.
Thank you, Obi.
Your practice is world class. To all the young people that are watching this, connect with Chantelle. Her beautiful practice is vision by design. Where can people connect with you? Where can they follow you online?
So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I'm at UJ, so if you're visiting UJ, pop in and say hi.
These are the mentors that we need, or that you need, because they are available. They literally are availing themselves to show you what they have gone through, the processes that they have followed, the journey that they have taken. So take advantage of your advantage. Don't just sit there and think to myself, no, I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the resources to attend the conference. Speak to people that have literally built it from the ground up, who have sacrificed so much more than what the normal average person has to go through in order to achieve that which she's achieved. And this is not even close to where she wants to go. So these are the people that you would want to have in your corner, because they open, honest, authentic about the journey. And that's who you should be learning from. And make sure to register for the Contact Lens Conference. The website is in the comment section. And so definitely register, and we hope to see you there. And don't forget to connect with Vision Straight across all social media platforms, and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Chantelle, thank you so much.
Thank you, Obi.
Cheers, everyone.